Good morning everyone. We have to learn about 4th standard computer class. Shall we start the online class? Today I am going to explain revision of level 3. Okay. First concept, stepwise thinking. So this is only recall you. Okay Mama? Already you got studied. So today we are going to see only revision. Stepwise thinking. Every activity has a sequence of steps that needs to be followed. Every activity has a sequence of steps that needs to be followed. Next, any activity has a sequence of steps. Any activity has a sequence of steps. First, list the main steps of the activity. List the main steps of the activity. Then, for each main step, list the detailed steps. For each main step, list the detailed steps. Listing the steps helps in carrying out the activity easily. Listing the steps helps in carrying out the activity easily. So, every activity has a sequence of steps, ma'am. So, அதுக்கு வந்து first வந்து list the main steps of the activity. First ஒரு main step create பண்ணணும். Then you have to make a detailed steps oriented main step. Then listing the steps helps in carrying out the activity easily. Next, a computer can only work using step-by-step instructions from us. A computer can only work using step-by-step instructions from us. So, system, கம்ப்யூட்டரும் நம்மளுக்கு கொடுக்குற step-by-step instruction மட்டும் தான் follow பண்ணும். So, I am going to explain this concept with one animation video. All of you watch this video.
Stepwise thinking. Stepwise thinking helps in converting complicated tasks into simple steps, predicting the possible solutions to achieve the desired goal. It also helps to know about missing steps and gives us chance to rewrite the steps before converting them into action. Planning and organizing a birthday party or picnic are good examples of the same. We already know that all the thinking works are done in 3 steps. Input. First of all, we input the question from any input part and keep it in our temporary memory or workspace. In case of human beings, we use ears, eyes, nose, skin, tongue for input, and in case of computer, we use mouse, keyboard, touch screen and touchpad for input. Processing. Processing is the main step in thinking work. There are basically 3 types of works in processing: memorizing and recalling the things or data, calculating the numerical data, logical operations and decision-making tasks. Output. Finally, the result is served to the user. This final result is called output. We use different parts for this action. In human beings, we use mouth to speak and hands to write, while in case of computers, we use printer, monitor and speakers as output devices. Reasoning and problem solving. Reasoning and problem solving are the main thinking work. In this work, we compare the things with given conditions. For example, if someone asks that Sejal is 7 years, Nipun is 9 years, and Karan is 12 years, then who is younger one? Then we will compare the data and find the result. This kind of problem solving needs to analyze the task, break up the task in small steps, and then find the solution. You already know that a computer is an electronic device which works on a set of instructions called programs. A computer cannot do any work on its own. It depends totally on our instructions. In this chapter, we will discuss about algorithm and flowchart, which are the two important methods to understand the computer programming.
No more. Algorithm is a set of step-by-step instructions written in any spoken language, like English.
Algorithm. Algorithm is a group of steps to solve any particular problem written in simple English. It is a division of work into step-by-step process. These steps are written in order to perform a particular job. Suppose you have been told to prepare tea. First of all, you will chalk out the steps in your mind and then you will implement them. Let us see what would be the possible steps to make tea. Step 1. Go to the kitchen. Step 2. Take the required quantity of water in a kettle. Step 3. Turn on the gas stove. Step 4. Put a kettle on the gas stove. Step 5. Wait for the water to boil. Step 6. Put sugar, milk and tea leaves into the boiling water. Step 7. Wait for the water to boil again. Step 8. Turn the gas stove off. Step 9. Remove the kettle. Step 10. Pour tea in cups through a tea strainer. The above steps are important to prepare tea. This set of steps to solve a problem is called algorithm. This technique of solving a problem makes programming easy. Program. A program is a set of instructions given to the computer. Each instruction of the program tells the computer what to do. How is a program made? Program is written in a special computer language called high-level language. Basic and Logo are examples of such language. If you want to make a program, you have to first learn these languages.
Okay, my next is storage devices. Storage devices are used to store information on the computer that we might need to access again in future. So storage devices means we have to store information, then we have to might need to access again in the future. The storage devices can be classified as primary and secondary storage devices. Storage devices can be classified as primary and secondary storage devices. RAM is the primary storage devices. What is the name of the primary storage device? RAM. Random access memory. Inside the computer where the information is stored temporarily for quick access by the CPU. So CPU ட inside ல இருக்கும். So சீக்கிரமா என்ன பண்ணும்? நம்ம என்ன memory store பண்றோமோ அதுக்குள்ள save ஆயிரும். Inside the computer where the information is stored temporarily. Temporary தான் உங்களுக்கு என்ன ஆகும் அப்படினா save ஆயிருக்கும் for quick access by the CPU. So RAM ஓட full formation என்னதுமா? Random access memory. This is the primary storage device. இது எங்க இருக்கும் அப்படினா inside the computer where the information is stored temporarily. Temporary னா தற்காலிகமா தான் என்ன ஆகும்? சேவ் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கோம் for quick access by the CPU. இதுதான் உங்களுக்கு RAM. ஓகேவா? Random access memory. So RAM ஓட picture இதாமா. So RAM is used to temporarily store data that is currently in use by the computer. RAM is known as volatile, which means that it will only store data as long as the system has power. Once the system is turned off, anything stored in RAM is automatically deleted. Once the system is turned off, anything stored in RAM is automatically deleted. So RAM is known as temporary storage. But system வந்து turn off ஆயிடுச்சுனா automatically all data are deleted. So RAM is known as temporary storage. Next, hard disk is the secondary storage device. What is the name of the secondary storage device? Hard disk. This is inside the computer that can permanently store a large amount of information on the computer. Hard disk is stored inside the computer that can permanently store a large amount of information on the computer. So when compared to RAM compare பண்ணும்போது hard diskல வந்து நம்ம நிறைய data வந்து ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கலாம். Large amount of information can be stored in hard disk. This is the hard disk. Inner parts is outside, back side of the hard disk. External storage, external secondary storage devices. External secondary storage devices. So secondary storage devicesல hard disk மட்டும் பார்த்தோம். இப்போ external secondary storage device என்னெல்லாம் வருதுன்னு பார்க்கலாம். First வந்து compact disk is a kind of storage device popularly known as CD. உங்களுக்கு CD எல்லாருக்கும் all know that CD, compact disk. So this is the external storage device. Digital versatile disk or DVD. DVD நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும் அப்படிதானமா? So pen drive. So CD, DVD, pen drive. These are the external secondary storage devices. So this is the CD. This is DVD, pen drive. This is also pen drive. So I am going to explain this concept with one animation video. All of you, let's watch this video.
CPU box is also known as system unit. Input devices and output devices are the peripherals attached to it. Computers cannot think and make decisions by their own. But computers have superseded man because of their storage capacity. We also store information in our brain. But we human beings tend to forget. Computers never forget once the information is stored. A computer has two types of memory: primary memory, secondary memory. Primary memory. Every computer comes with a certain amount of primary memory or main memory. This memory is limited and information stored in this memory gets erased when you turn off the computer. This is internal memory that is constantly overwritten with new data and programs for quick access. It provides temporary storage of small-sized data. Primary memory is of two types: RAM, random access memory, and ROM, read-only memory. RAM, random access memory, is temporary memory of the computer. It provides space to program and data for execution. It is a unit like a blackboard on which teacher writes, explains, and removes. When the computer is turned off, the contents of this memory are washed out. ROM, read-only memory. Read-only memory is permanent memory of the computer. The computer manufacturers fix some important programs in ROM, and when we turn on the computer, these programs start to be executed. They check the components of the computer and then permit the computer to load the operating system program like Windows. Secondary memory. Only primary memory does not serve our purpose. We require to store a large amount of data permanently. For this purpose, secondary memory or storage devices are used. More and more storage devices can be used to store unlimited volume of data. Storage devices. Nowadays, high-capacity storage devices are available. A hard disk can store from 120 gigabytes or GB to 2 terabytes or TB or more. In this chapter, we will learn about the external memory or secondary memory, commonly known as storage devices. Storage devices provide a location where data can be stored when it is not being processed. A computer can read and input data from storage devices for further processing, and at the same time, it can store processed information onto these devices again and again. Primary memory is small in size, but faster than secondary memory. When we work on our computer, the work is saved on primary memory. And when we give save command to save our file with a name, only then the file is saved on the secondary memory. Hard disk. It is a high-capacity storage device that is fixed inside the computer cabinet and contains all the software and data. The operating system remains on the hard disk only and gets loaded in computer's memory when you switch on the computer. It is an essential part of the computer. It is made up of multiple disks, which can store data on both the sides. Nowadays, 1 TB to 2 TB hard disks are commonly used in PCs. The hard disk acts as the main storage device. External hard disks are also available in the market to transfer bulk amount of data. Portable storage. Besides hard disk, except external hard disk or fixed disk, all the other storage devices are portable, in which you can carry data and programs anywhere. Portable hard disk. A portable hard disk can be connected to the USB port of the computer. It has similar large storage capacity as internal hard disk, but you can transport data using this portable hard disk. CD. Compact disk. A compact disk is a portable storage device and commonly known as CD. It is an optical storage media. It is a thin circular disk with a reflection metal coating and measures 4.7 inches in diameter. A CD can store 650 MB to 900 MB of data. That is much more than floppy disks. CDs can hold any kind of data. It may be text, graphic, sound, image, or video. The CD drive is used for reading or writing information from a CD. Nowadays, CD writer has become an essential component of a computer system. We can also erase and rewrite on a CD using a CD writer on a rewritable CD. Plug and play is a term used to describe the nature of a device which detects a hardware component in a system without the need for physical device configuration. DVD. DVD stands for Digital Versatile Disc. It is also called Digital Video Disc since initially it was used to store video files only. This is an optical storage device like CDs. DVD is similar to CD in shape and size, but has greater capacity to store a large amount of data. It is generally used to record movies with high quality of video and sound. It is also used to take backup of data stored in hard disks. DVD storage capacity varies from 4 GB to 17 GB. It needs a DVD drive to run. USB flash drive. It is popularly known as pen drive. It is a plug-and-play device used for copying and moving data from one computer to another. It has replaced floppy disks as it is very small, lightweight, and a rewritable device. It can be attached to any USB port and has the capacity of storage ranging from 2 GB to 32 GB or more of data. Flash drives are smaller, faster, and more reliable than floppy disks. Cloud space. Cloud space is memory storage provided on Internet. If you are using Internet, you can create your account with any cloud space service provider like Amazon and Google and keep your data there. You can access this data from any computer in the world by using your cloud storage. Blu-ray disc. A Blu-ray disc is very similar to a DVD, but it has a big storage capacity. A Blu-ray disc can store up to 50 GB data, that is equal to 10 DVDs. To read/write on Blu-ray disc, special device is used known as Blu-ray drive.
Okay, ma'am. Next, asanas. So, asanas while using the computer. So, நம்ம computer use பண்றோம் அப்படினா நமக்கு கண்டிப்பா neck pain, shoulder pain, hand pain எல்லா பெயினும் வந்துரும். So, இந்த மாதிரி exercise அப்பப்போ நம்ம பண்றோம் அப்படினா நமக்கு கொஞ்சம் ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். So, first one breathing, pranayama. First one breathing, pranayama. So, இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம பண்ணும்போது நமக்கு கொஞ்சம் ரிலீஃபா இருக்கும். Next, yoga for eyes. So, eyes exercise ரொம்ப important. So, இதுல நம்ம என்னலாம் பண்ணலாம் அப்படினா palming. blinking, rotational views. இதெல்லாம் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா நமக்கு ஒரு ஐஸ்க்கு வந்து நல்ல ஸ்ட்ரென்த்தா இருக்கும். Forming, blinking, rotational views. Next one, balancing asanas. Balancing asanas வந்து so foot muscle இதுக்கெல்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். First one, Ikapada Pranamasana. Ikapada Pranamasana. Second one, Tandavasana. Second one, Tandavasana. Third one, Ikapadasana. So முன்னாள் usage மட்டும் பார்க்கலாம். First one, Ikapada Pranamasana. Ikapada Pranamasana strengthens the muscles of ankle and foot. It also develops nerves balance. Next one, Tandavasana. So Tandavasana balances the body and develops mental concentration. This also helps us to mental concentration. What is the next one? Ekapadasana. Ekapadasana strengthens the muscles of arms, wrists, hips and legs. Ekapadasana strengthens the muscles of arms, wrists, hips and legs. Next, we go for neck. This is for neck exercise ma. Griva Sanchalana. Griva Sanchalana. இது எல்லாமே neck exercise. Leftல rotate பண்றது, right இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணிக்கலாம். Next, yoga for shoulders and back. So first one, Skanda Chakra. Skanda Chakra. Second one, Agarna Dhanurasana. Third one, Samakonasana. These are the shoulders and back exercises. Next one, hands and wrists. This hands and wrists பார்க்குறீங்க. First one, Mukshita Bandhana. First one, Mukshita Bandhana. Next one, Manibandhan Chakra. Next one, Hasta Uttanasana. Hasta Uttanasana. First one, Griva Sanchala. This is for neck movements. Next one, Skanda Chakra. This is for shoulder socket rotation. This is for shoulder socket rotation. Next one, Agarna Dhanurasana. Next one, Agarna Dhanurasana. This is for bow and arrow pose. இந்த போஸ்ல தான் நம்ம எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ணுவோம். Bow and arrow pose. Next one, Samakonasana. Samakonasana. Wrist rotation and shoulder rotation helps relax the muscles of your hands and shoulders. So நம்ம கண்டினியூஸ் சிஸ்டம்ல இருக்கும்போது அந்த மவுஸ் ஆப்ரேட் பண்ணும்போது ரிஸ்ட் அப்புறம் அந்த ஷோல்டர் பெயின் எல்லாம் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா வரும். ஸோ சமகோணாசனா அந்த எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ற அந்த ஆசனா பண்றது மூலமா wrist rotation and shoulder rotation helps relax the muscles of your hands and shoulders. Next one, Mukshita Bandhana. This is for hand clenching. Next one, Manibandhana Chakra. This is also used for wrist rotation. Wrist rotation பண்ணும்போது நமக்கு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி ரிலீஃபா இருக்கும். wrist வந்து ரிலீஃபா இருக்கும். Hasta Uttanasana. First one, hand raising pose. இது வந்து எப்படி பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா hand raising pose வச்சு பண்ணணும். Okay ma'am, I hope you all are understand today's concept. We will meet next class. Thank you.